Located in the South American country of Ecuador is a strategically located city called Manta, one of the most influential places in Ecuador's industrial development and continuing economic growth. Known also as the tuna capital of the world, Manta is home to several large enterprises dedicated to tuna processing and marketing. Among them is EUROFISH, a company that stands out as the leader in the exportation of tuna to international markets. EUROFISH was established in Manta in 1998 by the owners of various groups of fishing vessels with the aim of enhancing the value of the raw material, which until then was simply captured and marketed as is for processing and packaging operations abroad. From its very beginning, EUROFISH has been engaged in the manufacturing and sale of tuna in order to meet the continuous demand of a global market. Some of the products EUROFISH produces are frozen, vacuum-packed, pre-cooked tuna loins, canned tuna packed in water or oil, and processed tuna in easy-open pouches. EUROFISH ensures its supply of raw material for the production process thanks to an advantageous partnership with the prominent fishing industry union to which it belongs. In addition, its facilities process approximately 170 tons of tuna each day and are equipped with cold storage chambers capable of storing over 10,000 metric tons of tuna at any given time. As a company, EUROFISH is not only committed to economic and social development, but rather is deeply concerned both about people and the environment, as it promotes a policy of responsible corporate social management and transparency. In this way, our organization is able to respond to the ever-growing needs of local communities, act in defense of human rights and employee integration, as well as to respect the social and environmental reality in which it operates. The starting point for the tuna manufacturing process is the arrival of raw material at the Manta seaport. From the vessels, tuna is unloaded directly into large containers or smaller bins and then transferred immediately to the EUROFISH production facilities. Here, fish is sorted and selected according to size and species. Also, at this point, a capable quality assurance inspector carefully checks the product and takes several samples back to the plant's laboratory for analysis. Once they are approved and inside the plant, the bins containing raw material are now weighed and given a lot code, which also contains information related to process time, temperature readings, visual inspections performed, and weight. Afterward, the product is sent to cold storage, where it is kept at negative 18 degrees Celsius until needed and processed. When the bins of frozen tuna are now scheduled for processing, they are transferred to the preparation area. First they are thawed in their bins and then moved to the evisceration area, where they are received by teams of workers ready to carry out one of the most important phases of the entire tuna manufacturing process, the evisceration and butchering of the fish. During this process, the quality assurance inspector performs a sensory evaluation on the product to determine if any undesirable characteristics, such as odors related to decomposition as well as contamination or discoloration, are present. After successfully passing this analysis, the fish is now loaded onto carts and placed inside large steam cookers. Both the use of the carts as well as the cooking process itself are designed so that the product reaches correct moisture levels and results in a superior texture and increased performance. Following the cooking process, The fish is quickly cooled using jets of air and water. Afterwards, it is taken to the misting area, where a fine mist of water penetrates the fish and helps to preserve a moist, firm texture, and also aids in skin removal. Next comes the cleaning process, where the head, tail, bones, dark meat, and scales are removed, leaving behind only pure tuna in the form of loins, chunks, and flakes. In order to ensure that the product meets both our own elevated and the customer's requested cleaning and sensory standards, quality assurance inspectors carefully evaluate the pre-cooked tuna from the beginning of the cleaning process until the finished loins are packed into new heat-resistant plastic bags, which have already received their respective product codes, ready for vacuum sealing. During the packing process, product weight is also carefully controlled according to customer specifications. Then, the filled bags are immediately taken to a vacuum sealer, where all the oxygen is removed from the product in order to prevent any kind of microbial contamination or oxidization in the tuna. Subsequently, the vacuum-sealed tuna is placed onto a conveyor belt and passes through a metal detector so as to guarantee that the finished product is completely free of all foreign matter. Finally, the bags of processed tuna are ready to be placed into freeze chambers, where they will remain for approximately 12 hours and then taken to the cold storage area, their final destination until exportation. Once exported, the pre-cooked tuna loins are destined to be used in the processing and packaging of other important tuna products. In the plant physiochemical testing laboratory, samples are taken from the tuna at different parts of the process to be analyzed for salt content, histamine levels, and humidity, thus ensuring that all the tuna produced by EUROFISH is of the highest quality. EUROFISH is also equipped with a state-of-the-art tuna processing plant, which produces both canned tuna as well as packaged tuna in pouches. In the case of canned tuna, the production process begins when empty cans that have been unpacked and inspected are sent from the dry storage warehouse to the can fill line. During the next step, tuna that has been machine molded and cut into circular tablets is automatically inserted into each can, and then filled cans receive the specified packing liquid, which may consist of water, oil, or a mixture of the two, and salt. After that, the cans are hermetically sealed, and a batch code is printed on the top of each one for tracking purposes. Finally, the product is loaded onto specially designed autoclave carts and moved into one of the autoclaves where cans undergo a carefully controlled sterilization process. EUROFISH also produces processed tuna in easy-open, heat-resistant pouches. In this case, pure tuna loins pass through a metal detector once again, and from there to a specialized cutting machine that cuts the loins to a desired size. The exquisite morsels of tuna are now ready to be prepared for packaging and then weighed, and finally make their way to the filling stations, where waiting pouches are soon filled with the correct amount of tuna. Pouches are then carefully sealed and checked thoroughly, after which each one receives a lot code. Last, the sealed pouches are loaded into autoclave carts and taken to a special autoclave used only for pouches, where they also undergo a pre-programmed sterilization process. Once the finished product emerges from the autoclaves, several samples are taken to the plant sensory analysis laboratory, where experts evaluate the tuna and verify that the finished product conforms in every way to the specifications and requirements of the customer. Meanwhile, automated labeling machines eagerly await the arrival of the finished cans of tuna, which promptly receive labels. Of course, quality assurance is involved at this step as well, and the machines also check each can to ensure that they are properly labeled and flawless. At last, the labeled cans filled with delicious tuna emerge from the labeling machine, packaged in neatly filled cardboard boxes and sealed tightly shut. The boxes are stacked carefully onto pallets and wait patiently until a cargo container arrives. Then the loading process begins. Afterwards, a quality assurance inspector checks the product one last time before finally closing the container filled with its valuable cargo of EUROFISH tuna. All EUROFISH products are certified and guaranteed according to the following standards and international accreditations: ISO, BRC, IFS, Kosher, Halal, Ifanka, BASC, Earth Island Institute, HACCP, SINASA, IPOA, Best Manufacturing Practices, National Control Plan, and OHS, Occupational Hazard and Safety Inspection System. And so, this is how EUROFISH manufactures many different top-quality tuna products that travel around the world through distinct distribution channels in order to reach the most discriminating consumers in Europe, North America, and South America. The demands and quality standards necessary to be a leader in the tuna industry push us to find and employ the best staff in the country. Our principal objective is to continuously strengthen job skills through comprehensive training plans. We want working in EUROFISH to be an excellent opportunity to add value to the workplace, both professionally and personally, for all of the people who make up our great family. EUROFISH.